Hello BC team, it is 11 o'clock and we have 168 hours to make these 7 days count. The pattern of this vlog is to work for exactly 24 hours, but today I want to do something completely different. I want to fix my schedule and start waking up at 5 AM. This is a really difficult task and it needs to work together really well the morning and the night. So I will try to show you the whole journey. So right now we have about 6 hours until 5 o'clock. Let's do this. So right now is 5:20 and I think that the difficult part is to go for a run right now. For me it is useless to wake up at 5 AM if you are snoozing for 30 or 1 hour. So I'm trying to wake up and go for a run immediately. So right now it feels like you are in the middle of the day, it is 10 o'clock, so I'm working for about 5 hours, but the main reason that most of us want to wake up at 5 or 6 AM is to work and in general to be productive. It is no use when you wake up at 4 AM but you don't do anything at all until 10 or 11 AM. So for the first day of the week that I do this challenge, I feel good but not great. First of all, I made a power nap that lasted about 10 or 15 minutes and then 10 or 15 minutes again until I start working. And right now during the day I have energy and I feel that I can do many things. But the important part in order to make this consistent is the time that I go to sleep. So see you then. I think that half of the battle when you wake up at 5 AM is to sleep at 10 or 9 AM. It is really important to get about 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So you need to be really cautious on the time that you go to sleep. For example, right now is 10:20, which is good enough, so I have almost 7 hours of sleep. But before we go to tomorrow, it is really important to discuss about productivity. Today I wasn't productive enough because my body tried to adjust to this new schedule. I took 3 power naps, which are too many, 15 or 20 minutes each, and during the morning period I wasn't productive enough, but I think that tomorrow things will be better. Let's see. I'm so far behind right now, is 5:47, so this is terrible. The goal is to wake up until 5:05 and run until 5:30. So this is not good, but I will tell you more in a bit. Let's see. Right now is 11 o'clock, which is a red flag, but I think that I already start to feel better and at the same time start to get used to this schedule. This is really important for me because I want to change my day-to-day life. The first reason is that I need to do a really good test speech for my thesis. This is really important for me because depending on this speech I will continue adding stuff to my thesis or I will stop there and I will go to the final path, which is to make the test presentation and then finish my university. And this is completely in the hands of my professor, so I need to be really good at this presentation. The easiest way to do that is to give time to myself. If I wake up at 5 AM, even if I need to go to the university at 9, I have about 4 hours of work. But for tomorrow I have a really important task. I will try to get up at 8:05, then talk to you guys at 8:10, and then out for a run at 8:12. This is too much, but it is really important for me to try my best. 5:30. So I didn't do it. It's still good enough, but it's really difficult to wake up and be out of your home at 5:15. And as a matter of fact, I really don't want to go for a run right now, but I think that this will work only if I stick to it for every single day. First of all, all, I completely forgot to tell you about my exams today. I had midterms exams in only one course, image processing, and I think that everything was good, so my performance is still really good. So one of the most important questions that many of you ask me is what exactly you need to do before you start waking up at 5 or 6 a.m. It is really difficult to start this schedule from nowhere. You need to first start with something easier. For me, the first step is to start sleeping really early. So for example, I had as a goal to start sleeping at 11 or 10 p.m. For me personally, half of the battle is to sleep really early. For example, right now is 11 p.m, so it is good, but it's not the best situation. The best thing that you can do is to sleep from really early. Then you can start to waking up at 6 or 7 a.m, but you also need to work with your consistency. More about that tomorrow. Hello VC team, right now is 6 o'clock or 6:05 and I am already in the seaside. I woke up at 6:20 and I was already out of home at 6:40. So I already going home in order to start the day, but today we'll do something different. I will try to keep record of every power nap that I do during the day. Because it is not only the time that I go to sleep, the time that I woke up, you need to do really good power naps. Let's see, today was a great day. I had only one power nap for only 15 minutes, so this was really good. But I didn't tell you the main reason that I tried to do all this waking up at 5 a.m. This week, and more specifically tomorrow, I need to present my thesis. This is only a test presentation to my professor, but it is really important for me. I'm not sure if I told you that or not because it was 4 days ago, but the main idea of this presentation is to show to my professor if I am done with my thesis or not. So the moral of the story for today is to have a reason for waking up so early. It is no use if you wake up at 5 a.m. but you don't have anything to do. So you need to have a really important reason, and at the same time you need to have the willpower to follow this. So for tomorrow I need to wake up at 5 a.m. again, and then I need to go to university at 10. So I have 5 hours to work. Again, the objective for tomorrow is to wake up immediately, then go for a run, and then back home to work. Hello VC team, right now is 4 o'clock. I'm sure that you're waiting for me at 5 a.m, pitch black outside, but today was a different day. Today, and more specifically in 20 minutes, I need to make my test presentation. So I couldn't waste time to go for a run or to start vlogging. So I will fill you in with the details. First of all, yes, I woke up at 5 a.m. Actually, I woke up at 5:30 as always because of snoozing and all that stuff. After that, I didn't go for a run because I wanted every single second. And I think that you already saw me make a presentation. This presentation was to my sister in order to tell me some details about the way that I talk, the actual content of the presentation, and of course how I manage questions during the Q&A session. I need to be prepared not only in the presentation, but to answer every single question about my research. The presentation of a thesis is exactly 25 minutes. However, my presentation was about 1 hour and 5 minutes. This is really important because it is a test presentation, so I need to create something that talks about everything that I worked in my thesis. After that, if everything goes well, we will go to the next phase that we will make the presentation smaller in order to actually present it to the 3 professors. I'm sorry for all this rant, but it helps me to get my mind off the presentation and it is really good for my stress. So after that, we'll go to the regular schedule with videos only at morning and night in order to see if I can manage to wake up at 5 a.m. every single morning. Everything was great, the presentation was really good, and at the same time my professor decided to go to the final stage. This involves the finalization of the PDF of my thesis, the presentation in 1 month to the 3 professors, and finally the part that I will print my thesis. So this was a really good day and I need to do a break tomorrow. But I don't want to break this challenge and I want to wake up at 5 AM for 7 days straight. So again tomorrow I will try to wake up at 5 and immediately go for a run. So right now is 12 o'clock and I wanted to do something different today. I wanted to open the camera at 12 o'clock because this is the time that most of my friends wake up. So let's see what I succeed to do from 5 AM. I definitely work with TensorFlow from my course that I try to consume. Also did a lesson to my sister for linear algebra and write some emails. Finally I wrote 2 scripts for my machine learning course that I try to build. So, right now I'm going to university, I will see you. Let's see, right now is 11 o'clock, so again, really good decision in the night part. I need to sleep at 10 or 9:30 in order to sleep for 7 hours, which is extremely important. I think that this was one of the good days, the productivity was really good, and I had the ability to work in many different stuff. During my university, I work on a new idea that I want to create a mobile app, and I try to find the best platform to work in. Also, I start a new assignment for my university, which helps me to make better time management. I think that tomorrow is the last day that I will wake up with you guys, so I will try to make a really good impression. I want to wake up again at 5, go for a run, and then start immediately. The goal for tomorrow is to come home at 6 o'clock. "5:20. This is the best day of all. I think that it starts to be easier and easier to wake up, so this challenge is really effective. I think that we need to talk a bit more about waking up at 5 AM and if this is sustainable for a long period of time. So, it is beneficial for yourself to sleep for about 7 or 8 hours, and I can argue that this is mandatory. It is extremely important to sleep for all these hours, because after 1, 2, 3 weeks, you will start to feel terrible. During my first semester, I needed to finish with my English exams, pass 15 courses in my university, and at the same time manage this channel. So it was extremely difficult, and I needed to sleep for 3 hours every single day for 3 weeks. After a while I start feeling like a robot, that I just finish one task after another. And believe me, this is not a good way of living. I don't know if you try to do that right now. If you do, write down in the comments how exactly is this experience. Also, you can write how many hours did you sleep every night and what time do you wake up. So the problem about waking up at 5 AM is that you can't sleep at 10 or 9 PM every single night. So you are bound to sleep for less than 7, 6 or 5 hours every day. This is the end of this challenge that I try to wake up at 5 AM for every single day. I'm not sure if this is 6 or 7 days, but I think that this doesn't really matter. The important part is if I will continue to wake up at 5 AM, and you will see that in the next vlog, but for now I really want to sleep. This was a really difficult day for me because it was an installation day. I don't know if you can relate to that, but I really hate to do installations in the programming world. Everything is so difficult, and 1/3 times nothing will not work. I'm trying to set up the environment because I want to create a new app, but more about that in the next vlog. So I will see you again in 3 days. Don't forget that if you want to join the BBC team, subscribe. And as always, keep coding, guys.